It's no secret that Meg Griffin's character has taken a sharp decline over the years, evolving from an insecure, unpopular teenage girl into the show's main punching bag. And if you're familiar with Family Guy at all, you'll know that a huge reason for Meg being so disliked is her appearance. She's constantly called fat and ugly. It's one of the longest running jokes in the entire series. But my argument today is that Meg Griffin is not ugly, and she never has been. Now, before I get into my analysis about how this is not a joke, it is just a lack of good writing skills, I want to draw your attention briefly to an in-universe problem that I have with Meg being ugly. And this is that it makes no sense to label her as an ugly character when she looks like Lois. I've taken the liberty of showing a side-by-side diagram with red lines depicting what they have in common and green lines depicting what they have different physically. And they're literally the same person. Meg is like a slightly heavier version of Lois as a teenager, with just a little bit of Peter mixed in there. But the way that they are described in the show and treated in the show are such polar opposites. Lois is a MILF, and Meg is so ugly that her own boyfriend cheats on her with Lois. I mean, it just makes no sense, even in universe. Obviously, the explanation for this is that people just hate Meg, and I gotta be honest, that is a little funny. But it's also repetitive and shallow, and for a show that can write a character such as Stewie Griffin or Brian Griffin that have such depth and nuance, how do they mess up so badly with Meg? Now we move on to my actual analysis, my second point, which has actual substantial evidence. I genuinely believe this is a writing failure. Now, this isn't obscure information in the Family Guy fandom, but just in case you didn't know, the writers have straight up admitted that they don't know how to write a teenage girl, so instead, they just made Meg a punching bag. That's it. That's the explanation. They couldn't write a complex teenage girl, so they defaulted to humiliation. And the biggest kick in the teeth is that Meg has interesting traits. She's good at sports, such as roller derby, she has a good personality, she's interests. There is a character there with actual substance that the writers could work with. All of that gets overshadowed because her appearance becomes the butt of every joke. The writers never explore her, so the audience is just trained to think that Meg is boring, if not ugly. And this isn't fair to her as a character. There are some episodes that attempt to give Meg substance and have the opportunity to do something meaningful with her character to develop it. For example, in Seahorse Seashell Party, where she stands up for herself, that was a big moment for Meg and viewers. But the ending, of course, reverts back to her being the family's punching bag, reinforcing the status quo rather than evolving her. And now I am aware that the show isn't one that cares about continuity, but it does develop its characters over time. So why do they constantly pass up the opportunity to write some complexity into Meg? Now, there are some episodes that explore her relationship with Chris, and even some that explore her relationship with Peter, but that doesn't develop her relationship with either of these characters. It lasts for the episode and then concludes, and then they return back to Meg being a punching bag that nobody likes once again.
Shut up, Meg.
A male-dominated writing room is no longer an excuse. Any room of competent writers would be able to make Meg more than just unattractive. The writers try to excuse their lazy writing by explaining her treatment as like a dysfunctional family dynamic, rather than giving her a character development path. This actually reinforces my earlier point that Meg's physical appearance is irrelevant to how she's treated in the show. She's the butt of the joke because the writers don't know what else to do with her. So they just tell the audience over and over and over again that Meg is ugly, and that's it. Let's take Meg's makeover episode. She dyes her hair, wears a crop top, and suddenly people think she's attractive. But think about that for a second. If Meg were actually ugly, fat, or gross, like the show wants us to believe, a crop top wouldn't magically fix that.
Peter, take a look at your daughter.
Oh my God, Lois, I'm sorry. It was 20 years ago. I'd never even heard the word rubber.
The only reason it works is because she was never actually ugly in the first place. The show just decided to treat her that way as a consequence of their lazy writing. And another issue about the makeover episode is that by proving that Meg isn't actually ugly, they're showing that they can't even be consistent with the writing that she does have. It may not be great, but it is featured in every single episode that she is in except for one. And then it just resets. Because Meg Griffin isn't ugly. She's just the consequence of lazy writing. She has a personality, talents, and yes, she may not carry herself in the most attractive or confident way, but that's because the show never lets her be anything more than a target for jokes. And honestly, that makes her one of Family Guy's biggest failures. Hi, thank you so much if you've made it to this part of the video. I know this is a much shorter analysis than I typically would do. These shorter videos are not my goal for my channel, but I'm having complications with my laptop right now that I used to edit, so it's difficult to actually make the videos, but I hope you enjoyed it. Last video that I made, I set a subscriber goal of 30 subscribers, and now we're on 38, which is like, oh my god, I feel like a celebrity. But yes, so thank you so much if you've subscribed. My new goal is 40 subscribers by my next upload, so that would be 2 more subscribers. So if you would like to help out and subscribe, like obviously only if you like the video, I would really appreciate it. But yes, thank you so much. I understand this is not one of my stronger arguments, but I was just so under pressure with the issues I was having with my laptop, and I just wanted to get the video completed to the best of my ability. So yes, a little bit of a weaker video, but I still hope you enjoyed. If you would like to let me know what you thought of this video in the comments, I would absolutely love that. I love getting to read all the nice comments that you leave me on my videos, which I really like. I just appreciate it so much. I love also having other people to talk to about Family Guy. Like, that's what I would hope for this channel, is to be able to get like a following that wants to actually discuss the topics in the video with me. Like, my video is the start of the conversation, and then the comments are the continuation of that. But anyways, thank you so much if you made it to this part of the video. Chris, I know you're watching to this part, so hey Chris. For anybody else that's possibly at this part of the video, Chris is my boyfriend's name, just if you're wondering who I'm like directly addressing in the comment section all the time. It's him. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.